What's up, everybody, and thanks for coming back for Module 5. So I'll try and keep this one short because there's really not much to this one. The omnipresence was in large part dealt with in previous module of platforms, essentially. So this is just bringing it together, if you like, and it's about how people see you and how you put yourself over. And it's really so important. So when we use this term branding, a lot of people are going to think, well, that only applies to like corporates, businesses. No, it's very, very essential that you consider yourself a brand. Okay. Going back to earlier modules, we talked about there's only one you as part of your USP. And this is just so true. So you want to be using whatever platform, and I'm going to talk in the sort of purpose of Facebook right here, that you tell people what you do, who you are, so that when they click onto your profile, that's your advertising billboard, if that makes sense. Now, excuse me, there are a number of things that can be done with our Facebook profiles to optimize. Okay. If you want more detail, there is a guy that puts out a very cheap book. There's some associated training that goes with it, but I personally bought it, but I wouldn't recommend it. I think the book is absolutely fine for the purpose of what it's trying to achieve. And it's not particularly long, and it's like 40 or 50 pages. But it gets straight to the point, and that's what I like about it. There's no fluff, and it shows you how to optimize your Facebook profile page. And it's about $7 or $8. It's an instant download. So if you're interested in that, and I've got no affiliate links with it at all, it's just a recommendation to help you build. That's one option. The second option is if you're worried about branding, just reach out to me through DM, and I'll give you my thoughts. Excuse me. I'll give you my thoughts on your current Facebook profile and suggestions without buying the book as to what you can do to just increase your profile. And I won't say make it more attractive, because that's not really the point I'm trying to make. I'm just trying to make that you want it to be specific for your objective. Okay. Very specific for your objective. And there's a few things that we do, like using featured, and when you click on the cover photo, there's some populations that we can make in that content. A lot of people leave it blank, but it's an ideal opportunity to drive people to where you want to go in terms of traffic. You know, your Facebook page is there, as I've said, considering it your billboard. That's your main advertising. And if you're not optimizing and you're not using it and you're not branding yourself correctly, then potentially you're losing out on leads, and potentially you're not creating enough confidence in those leads that you are an authority. And if you just have a look amongst your own friends on Facebook, just have a look, particularly the successful ones, have a look at their profile compared to yours, and start to analyze what you can do yourself to bring it up a bit more to where it needs to be. Not to say that any of you have got it wrong. I haven't gone into detail of particularly looking at your profiles in that context. I'm just making the point that there's a lot that we can do, and I'm guilty of this myself. Mine's not fully optimized, even though I'm saying this exactly. I just haven't really picked a time slot to get it done. I'm very busy on other things, so. But I probably got it about 85 to 90% optimized for what I want at this particular time, and it changes kind of all the time according to a specific purpose that I have at that particular point in time. So, consider this. Now, onto the omnipresence. This is just so powerful, potentially. And there are some very specific additional trainings. For example, I mentioned Frank Kern before. I've got a training module from him that I think costs $27 US dollars. It's as cheap as chips for the content, and there's hours and hours of stuff. Legendary Marketer also put a module that's slightly higher. I think it's about $30 or $40 on Omnipresence. But you can, by going on YouTube or just a general Google search, you can get the idea of what Omnipresence is all about. I'll just try and capture it. Spreading yourself in multiple areas. No, for us it's social platforms. Spreading your congruent brand across, Facebook, YouTube, using that same using that same content, but just repurposed across the different platforms. Now, when we talked about platforms, I'll just reiterate again, don't overwhelm yourself with trying to get yourself everywhere, because that's only going to make you take steps backwards. We need to be getting you to take steps forward. So if you're only comfortable with working on Facebook right now, absolutely cool. Try to consider identifying and looking at the social platforms, in your spare time, and just saying, look, in the next month, I'm going to get myself a YouTube channel. In the next 6 weeks, I'm going to try, Instagram or TikTok, or just build yourself out a little, profile, plan as to where you want to go with that, if you want to go there at all. But I'm telling you now, Omnipresence is a very, very, very powerful tool when it's used, because it does build that authority. It lets people know that you are serious about what you're doing, because they're seeing you everywhere, and it's the same message. They're seeing you over in YouTube, they're seeing you in Facebook, they're seeing you in TikTok, and it's really, really, really powerful. So, for example, this training that I'm doing here, I'll be uploading this onto YouTube with just slightly repurposed and putting a bit more detail and optimized for SEO and that type of thing. But I'm also extracting the audio from these files and uploading it to my podcast channel, which gives me another potential outlet for people that are listening, because a lot of people do actually search for affiliate marketing on like Spotify and the like, and it's relatively easy to do. It takes me like 20 seconds to extract the audio, save it as a separate file, and probably another 30 seconds to upload it to Buzzsprout, and I'm done. It's across all the podcast channels. It does it all automatically. So it's an incredibly powerful concept. So have a think about that. If you want more help with Omnipresence, again, like I've said in most of these modules, just reach out. There's no charge. I'm offering all this for free because I want to help you get to where you want to be. Because if I can help you to be where you want to be, then making you successful kind of just makes me more successful as well, because I'm helping and encouraging you to do something that may be slightly outside your comfort zone and taking you further down that path to where you want to be. And that's really where we all want to be. We want to see people that take an interest in what we talk about move forward, and encourage them to move forward, and give them the support to move forward so that they can work towards those goals and not feel awkward about their trap and where they are right now. Really, really, really important. So with all that said, I think I'm wrapped up for branding and Omnipresence. Again, just reach out, DM. I've also got a Voxer link if that's easier for you. Any questions? Look, I'm here to help you guys, okay? So I hope you found that of use, and we'll see you in the next one, which is a really interesting topic, and that's copywriting. See you then.